It's your boy, Zoe Phillips. Thanks for tuning in to Zone Coverage Podcast, home of the HBCU Sports Authority, the oracle on all things HBCU. I'm going to tell you like this. If I tell you a mosquito can pull a wagon, don't ask me no questions. You better look at it. It's your boy, Zoe Phillips.
What's happening, man? Look, episode 17. Thanks for tuning into a long break episode of Zone Coverage Podcast, man. I am your host, man, Zoe Phillips. And yeah, man, look, we had a little hiatus. I'll get into that too here briefly, man. But look, got a good show, man. Look, I've been laying around in the weeds for a little while. Been seeing a little content put out there, and man, look, I've seen, people out here putting, projections and saw the coach ranking. I'm like, man, ain't no way people actually coming up with what they coming up with. I'm like, man, I just gotta give my 2 cents in to what's going on. I mean, all in SWAC land. So look, we're not gonna do one division. We're going to do the whole entire SWAC tonight. We're going to break it all down. I'm going to lay it all out for you, man. So we're going to know from Zodalorian to tonight who's actually going to win the SWAC this upcoming season. And, 1 second. One more. Anyway. But, you know what? It's been so long. That's why y'all can hear me. I ain't got my mic up here. I'm tripping. Tim, appreciate that. Can y'all hear me good now? I'm tripping. Look, it's been so long. I'm going to get into that too, man. I took a little break. As you guys know, man, I've been back in the SIP. And took a little break, man. Got a career change going on and doing a little work, training behind the scenes. Got a career change going on. A very, very good thing for me. So coming up here lately, been actually trying to, for the longest, man, I was in Atlanta. You guys know, we're at the post office. And now your boy's transition, doing the thing, following my dreams, going down a career path. And so your boys finally jumped back into IT the way I really want to. And back in Mississippi, full-fledged, feet first in the IT. Can't really get into where exactly, but let's just say it's a life-changing company. So God has been good. God has been amazing. And that's why I've been kind of focused on that. A lot of training, a lot of educating. And so that's why we took a little hiatus, man. But we back. Schedule permits, so we back our schedule the program. I'm going to do a couple of shows, go take a little break, get ready for SWAC Media Day, which is going to be in July. Then, after that point, we'll just gear up and get ready for the season. But yeah, man, we're going to get into the full SWAC tonight. The whole shebang. So you heard it, look, from my lips to your ears, we going to know tonight who's going to represent the SWAC in the Celebration Bowl. We're going to break it all down, all right? Before I do that, we're going to jump into the coaching rankings. What's up, everybody? What's going on? Yeah, man, I saw it. I was like, because it's actually kind of interesting because when you look at the landscape of the SWAC, got a lot of first-time head coaches, a lot of new coaches in the conference. So it's like, okay, who's the best? You know what I'm saying? Where do they rank? Where do they stack up? And I'm gonna be honest. It ain't pretty much gonna be like what you think. You know, I will say this. No way I'm gonna let a D2 coach, even a good winning one, come in and be the second best coach in the conference. You got to prove it to on the D1 level first. Now, it's not to undermine what you've done, because if you can coach, you can coach. And your resume still speaks for itself. It's a damn good resume, by the way. But where that pales in comparison to everybody else, we won't get into that, because we're going to give some stuff some context, as opposed to just looking at names and saying, okay, yeah, you're going to be here, you're going to be here. And your resume got to say something. But also, take into account, it's a lot of first-year coaches going to their second year. Some coaches hovered around 500. So, hey, man, any type of success on a D1 level hold more weight to me than on the D2 level, right? Got to prove it first. But, yeah, we're going to get into that. Hold on. Matter of fact, while I'm doing that, what's up, everybody? What's up, KD? What's up, Tasha? I'm actually going to get in here and, I got to pull something else up, because I sure forgot about something. Because I definitely got to pull these, I got to pull these rankings up. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm sitting here trying to get on that I forgot some of the stuff I gotta do. Hold tight for 1 second. But y'all, let me see what this thing is. Cause right here. There we go. Let me put this right here. And then we're gonna go right there. There you go. All right. All right, man. All right. You see right now, man, I got the coaches rankings up. Let me minimize this, shrink this up for y'all, man. This is what we finna start out with right here. All right, y'all see it, man. Look. Off the rip. All right, man. So you see the top 12 right there. We're going to go from 12 to 1. What up, Big mean? What's happening? So look, number 12. We got Alonzo Highsmith, right? Alonzo Hampton. It kind of goes without saying why he's at number 12, right? Going into his third year in conference. And, I mean, his record is, for all intents and purposes, it's been abysmal. I mean, he hasn't had any semblance of success. And, look, we understand that we get it. You know what I'm saying? It's UAPB, but man, you know, he would actually, not that he has to be winning, but if he was hovering around 500, he could actually get up pretty good on this. You know what I'm saying? Then come up to number 11, Raymond Woody. And honestly, they could be interchangeable, but Raymond Woody has won more games as the head coach of UAPB than Alonzo Hampton has. So naturally, I'm just going to give it to him literally just because of that. All right. Mosey on number 10. I got Terrell Buckley here. Now, granted, Terrell Buckley could be either worth between 11 to 12, but T-Buck has a better resume than Woody and Hampton. Where he coached as an assistant, but also he actually did coach an expansion team in the XFL. I think he went I think he won like 3 games in that first year. But he got some professional games in an expansion, in an inaugural season in the XFL. And the team actually didn't look bad. But, you know, first year, they finished with, I think, a 3-8 record. Or was it a 3-9 record? Coming to his first year in the SWAC, got some momentum. I'm going to talk about that, too, looking at what Valley going to do. Next thing up, Terrell Buckley, man. I got Cedric Thomas. Cedric Thomas, I think this will be his 4th year coaching as a head coach. He's only had 1 winning season, which I believe was a 6-5 record at Pine Bluff. That's it. Got 2 losing seasons, 1, you know what I'm saying, 500 season at UAPB. And so right now, because of that, I got Cedric Thomas coming in at number 9. It's a big year for him, too. You know, Alcorn hovered around 500 last season. Bad quarterback play. And, you know, looking at how they recruited, this is going to be a big year for them because, man, if they don't do better than what they did last year, we're going to get into that, then you can see Cedric Thomas dropping off of this, right? Literally dropping down in these standings because Chris Dishman, who comes in at number 8, I mean, Chris Dishman, we talk about Texas Southern, did pretty good his first year. I mean, considering everything that he walked into, Chris Dishman, if you go look at what Texas Southern did, Chris Dishman looked all right. You know, Texas Southern won in some games, and they honestly could have finished above 500. You know, they were right there at it. So, and again, you look at all the injuries they had. You know, again, we're talking about a first year, first time head coach. That's saying something. So again, Chris Dishman at number 8. Now, controversy finna start right here. James Colsey. And we're gonna get to like these first year coaches because look, James Colsey, Chris Dishman, Mickey Joseph, and Terrence Graves were all first year head coaches last year. Right? So we got James Colsey coming in. Now, James Colsey, look at FAMU. Finished 7-5 last year. What was it 8-4? 75, I believe, last year. Or 8-4. One of the two. But either way it go. Had a winning season in his first year. In a rebuild for FAMU. You look at where he sits and what he could have done. Now, again, another very important year this upcoming season because now you go into a year where you lost a lot of players, still had a winning record. You transition to year 2. Now you're really going to have your stamp and your imprint on this program. Man, but at the end of the day, man, when you talk about a first year head coach, even if he was able to retain a good number of players that Willie Simmons had, and FAMU, for all accounts and purposes, still recruited well in the previous cycle, you know, after last season. So we'll really see what Colsey's imprint on this program is going to look like. Brought in some new quarterbacks, and so we'll see, you know, what that looks like. But again, first year head coach with a decent winning record, man, came in number 2 in the conference. I mean, it was a good look for him, right? Go up now. You got Sam Shade. You got Sam Shade coming in, and Sam Shade, you know, Sam Shade record to me kind of holds more weight than Tremaine Jackson. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say it is the two programs, right? Tremaine Jackson had a good record his previous stop before he got to Valdosta State. Valdosta State, if you guys don't know, is a football powerhouse, right? Resources, the conference that they play in, very, very attractive job. Now, on the opposite, you look at Sam Shade. Sam Shade went to Miles, bro, and had a 10-win season at Miles. I mean, Miles is almost just the cusp of being like a JPS school. Seriously. You know, horrible football history, don't have the facilities, don't have the resources. And for him to do for Miles what he did, I mean, had a knockout, drag out defense. And again, that holds some weight. And also where he's actually transitioning to. You know, Tremaine Jackson's from Texas, you know what I'm saying, coached in Georgia. So, you know, those inroads, you look at you know, what those inroads going to look like in Texas was Sam Shade is born and bred in Alabama. Miles is in Alabama. And literally he's going like an hour and a half up the road to Normal, you know what I'm saying, Huntsville to coach. And so all those inroads are still going to matriculate from Miles up to Alabama A&M. And I'm expecting a big season out of James Colsey. I mean, out of Sam Shade, right? And so, again, the trajectory is there. Now, this is where controversy comes in. You know, some of y'all gonna look at like Mickey Joseph. Mickey Joseph, again, first year head coach, lost a lot of turnover, regards from that first year. You know, under Hugh Jackson, and again, Grambling, they were okay. You know, got a good win on his resume because he beat the HBCU national champion, which we like to think is a fluke win in a way, but nonetheless, they got that win. Big win, you know what I'm saying, against Jackson State. And again, hovered around 500. First, still going to say a first time, well, actually wasn't the first time head coach. Because Mickey Joseph actually coached, not in Nebraska, he was interim in Nebraska, but I think he coached a year somewhere else prior to that for just like one season. But I think the job that he did under the circumstances at Grambling was a pretty big deal. Again, Grambling recruited pretty well. And again, Mickey Joseph is just like Tremaine Jackson in the sense of having Louisiana ties and inroads, and they're paying dividends. Now the thing is going to see what Grambling does at QB. I like the move again, T-Set. from Southern over to Grambling. I like that kid. I think that kid is a good quarterback. Got the talent. It's going to come down to what they're going to put around him and what they're going to do. But I like the moves. And, again, I think Grambling's trending upward from where they were. We're going to get into that, too. Coming up next, man, I got Terrence Graves. And, look, Terrence Graves comes in. First-year head coach at Southern. Team made all the way to the championship game. No matter how you look at it, how they got there, they got there. Winning season in his first season. And they filled in some things they need to do, you know what I'm saying, on offense. And Southern's defense was very formidable. You know, they were just ran out of gas against Jackson State. But their defense was formidable. I can't even talk. And I like Graves. I like the hire. I think, and again, to see what this transition is going to look like from year 1 to year 2. You got some continuity there. They can find a mainstay at quarterback. I think Southern is trending upward. And, you know, again, you know, it wasn't a flashy hire, it wasn't a sexy hire, but it was a damn good solid hire. You know, ingrained in the culture from now and previously, you know, under the greatest regime under Pete Richardson. And so he's very well versed with Baton Rouge. And again, when you talk about any coach on any level getting to a championship game in your first season, I don't care how it's done, because even if you feel like they backdoored in or they barely got in or it was lucky, number one, they did it. And then number two, how do they navigate and transition from that from year 1 to year 2? Because no matter what happens, if you get there in year 1, you got to expect some type of continuity, you know what I'm saying, or some mainstay, right? And Southern, I believe Southern was what, 8-5 last year? 8-4. 8-4 last year. And remember, they easily should have won that McNeese game. Southern could have easily been 9-3. You know, so kudos. You know, no matter how it looked, you got it done. So got Terrence Graves at number 4. Man, look, Tremaine Jackson. Got Tremaine Jackson at number 3. Look, it goes without saying his resume is outstanding. You know, you take a powerhouse, Valdosta State program, who I'm very well versed with, man. I'm from Cleveland, so got a lot of family with the Delta State. My mom was the Delta State. So Valdosta is a powerhouse. And for him to get them to the national championship game and also deep into the playoffs the previous season, you know, also had a 9-win season at his first stop before he got to Valdosta State. So, you know, the winning pedigree is there. You know, now you transition up to Division I, test your mettle against D1 athletes, and gonna see what that looked like. Brought a few kids up from Valdosta State with him. Not like Chennisberry did at South Carolina State, transitioning those kids. I mean, from Benedict transition to South Carolina State. But nonetheless, Tremaine Jackson got it done. And if you can coach, you can coach. And again, so his resume is there. And when you've won as much as he's won, you can't sit there and put him the bottom half of any conference on any level. He's done it. Now I just got to see what that look like on the D1 level. And so got me number 3. Now, this where the road get thick. I got Eddie Roberts at number 2. And very comfortable in saying he's the second best coach in the SWAC. Reason being, we're not gonna sit here and act like Alabama State digging all the side eyes and crazy remarks when he got hired as the head coach. Everybody's talking about, look, he had no coaching experience, just a former player, a former NFL player, former alum, and he wasn't coaching at all. Just like Eddie George. This guy was, you know, into real estate and everything else, right? And stepped in, hasn't had a losing season yet. And we're not going to sweep that under the rug. It's hard to do on any level. I don't care who it is or where it's at or who it is or what school it is. The guy hasn't had a losing season yet. To be his 4th season coming up right now. No coaching experience whatsoever. Go back to your alma mater. Know the pressure's going to be on. And he hasn't had a losing season yet. That is to be commended. And so there isn't a single coach except one that's going from 3 through 12 that you could justify to put over Eddie Roberts. Point blank period. Nobody. Because nobody else has won on the D1 level like him in this conference outside of TC. Not a single coach. So unless you got another coach in this conference who's won a title, because if you look at those names, 2 through 12, there's not a single coach in this conference that's won a championship in the SWAC as a D1 coach. There's not a single coach in this conference that's won a championship as head coach. None. So Eddie Robinson has the wins and the pedigree to be at the number 2 spot. And to be honest with you, my number 1 coach is TC Taylor, and if TC Taylor is not at the number 1 spot, and you replace him with another coach and they haven't won, you can make an argument that Eddie Robinson will be the number 1 coach in the SWAC. But great segue to TC Taylor. Look, it kind of goes without saying, it ain't no debate. Nobody can say anything whether you like it or you don't. TC Taylor, and the TC stands for the coach. I mean, look, hit the ground running. Very, very similar to Terrence Graves. Came in first year, except Terrence Graves is not an alum, but TC came in first year with 7-4, man. Could have easily went 9-2 in that first season. 2 tough games got away from us: Alabama State game for homecoming and the Alcorn game. But again, since the moment TC's got on campus as the head coach, I mean, man, he flipped the program. And you look at how it was when Coach Prime left, and I'll never forget the way it was, the energy around the program. Remember being on the phone call, when when the word got announced that, we're gonna roll with TC. And knowing what that feeling was like, man, nobody was in the room but TC noticed. Cover was bare, and literally right now has the roster and the program on par to how Coach Prime had it. It's not up for debate. The talent that Jack State has on that roster, the moxie and the energy around the program, social media presence, everything is rolling in JSU's favor, and that's a testament to TC Taylor, right? And we're projected to run it back this year. And let me tell you, it's going to be a great season. This team is loaded. And again, his record, man, what he did last year was phenomenal. And again, to win the HBCU National Championship, and they're projected pretty much to run it back and repeat as national champions. And if he does that, I mean, it'll be TC Taylor, and you could put the next close. I don't even care if it's Eddie Robinson. You could put him in number 5. The gap is so wide if he runs this thing back, but kind of go without saying that TC Taylor's sitting at number 1. All right. So look, we're gonna roll from that. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna segue, y'all. Cause I don't know if y'all ready for this. We're finna get to the projections. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the whole list up, let y'all look at it, then we're gonna break everybody down one by one. All right. Everybody. So this will be the results. The year of our Lord 2025 in the SWAC. All right. Let's go. Let me run this thing back right quick. Let me so y'all can see. And let it, like Country Wayne said, let it sizzle in your spirit. Here we go, man. Here we go. All right. There you go. So in the West, man, we're going to have a repeat. We're going to have Southern against Jack State in the SWAC Championship Game. I'm going to break everything down. So as you can see, I got Southern at number 1 in the West. I got Prairie View coming in number 2. Both tied with an 8-4 record. But I got Southern beat Prairie View head-to-head. You see, I got Texas Southern finish 3rd and Grambling tied. I got that because I got Texas Southern beating Grambling head-to-head. Got Alcorn coming in at 3-9. UAPB at 2-9. Come over to the east side. Come on, man. Y'all see the hat. Y'all see all this navy blue I got on. The block, the defending HBCU national champion, JSU Tigers at 10-1. Oh, that one loss is only coming to USM. Got FAMU coming in number 2 at 8-4. I got Alabama A&M coming in at 3rd, 7-5. Alabama State coming in at 6-6. I got Mississippi Valley State the Devils coming in at 4-8. And I got Raymond Woody and the Bethune Cookman Wildcats coming in at 3-9. So look, y'all can screenshot it. Y'all can look at it, save it, however you want to do it. So I said it, so it shall be done. That's how it's going to finish up this year. But we're finna break it down. We're going team by team. We're going to start in the West, and we're going to roll over to the East. All right? Oh, man, it don't matter. Look, stop. Look, they like Brady ain't gonna like it, man. Look, they ain't like last season either. I mean, it is what it. Look, everybody ain't gonna win. Everybody ain't gonna win. Everybody ain't gonna have a winning season. I mean, it is what it is. So, what up, Blue? Exactly, Blue. I mean, any coach that can win 7 games with a 5'9" wide receiver playing quarterback can't argue against it. So I'm saying. Let's see here. All right, so look, we finna move this on, man. We finna start it off. I'm starting off with UAPB. We're gonna start from the bottom, work it up to the top. All right. All right, boom. Let's see. We got UAPB. Now, I know some of y'all might be like, ain't nobody care, but look, we're gonna give proper due to everybody. All right. So as you can see right here, I got UAPB coming in 2-9, 0-8 in the conference. As you can see, look, we're gonna go through these pretty quick, man. Look, you got Lincoln, California. They'll get a double against them, maybe. And they got Westgate Christian. I don't know nothing about Westgate Christian, but man, if they lose it, whoo, Lord Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're rolling with. That's what we're rolling with. Blue, please send it to Coach Fred. Please send it to him. So I said it, so it shall be done. I don't know if y'all know this, but I called Jack State down to 2 last year. 10-2 last year. I called it on the money, down to the game too. Our only difference was I said we was gonna beat ULM, but we lost to ULM. But I said we're gonna lose to Grambling. I called it. But so there you go, UAPB. We can move on from them because we're gonna these other teams. We're gonna bring it all down. UAPB. We got Alcorn up here. Now, some of these games go either way, but it's just the way that I see it, right? You know, Alcorn quarterback play left a lot to be desired, and you know they went and got the kid from Howard, and I'm just not seeing it. You know, now granted, yeah, all this stuff finna fall to the level of the law. Just what I think is gonna happen. Now, can Alcorn probably turn around and win 5 games? Sure, they can. Do I see it happening? I don't. Right, but can they do it? Sure, they can. You know, if I really just wanted to, have a good ceiling for Alcorn, I don't see them in no shape, form, or fashion winning more than 6 games, right? But just putting down the wins and losses, you know what I'm saying, it's pretty much just how I feel. So even if y'all see this, y'all can catch me on wax right now, and I'm saying it. Alcorn can easily, can they win 5 games? Sure, they can. They can. I just don't see it happening, right? But I don't think they get more than 6 wins regardless. I think 6-6 is their ceiling, right? I feel like 6-6 is the best they can do. 3-9 is the worst that they'll do. Now, could I choose in the middle? 4 wins, they can do that. 5 wins, they can do that. But they ain't getting 6. It ain't happening, right? But look, man, their schedule is starting out pretty tough. I mean, North versus State, some people say they can win their game. First game, anything can happen, right? But until they get, running their quarterback the way they do it, I don't see them having success with that. So again, you talk about losing that game. Alabama A&M on the road is going to be tough, right? Then you got Mississippi State. Talking about 3 losses to open up the season. Now look, excuse me, you got Pine Bluff at home. They'll get that. Then you turn around, you got Prairie View at home. I'm going to tell you, that Pine Bluff game might be a trap game. But nonetheless, they're going to take care of business against Pine Bluff. Prairie View, I think Tremaine Jackson will come out the gate swinging. Lincoln, California, they'll get that. Yeah, you see it right. You see it right. You see it right. Got FAMU and Bragg. They're going to get your L there. This is where y'all going to get upset at. Oh, yeah. In the Magnolia Bowl, I got Valley getting that dub. I'm going to get in the Valley a little bit later, but I know y'all really ain't paying no attention because it's Valley. Man, Valley making some moves. Got a good staff over there. Got a nice offensive scheme they're working over there. And again, I made the comment, I'm like, Valley can win 4 games. I'm like, it's still a losing season. And we're like, oh my God, 4 games. But Valley gonna catch you. Valley gonna catch you. So yeah, I got Valley getting that dub. against Alcorn, the Magnolia Bowl. Texas Southern on the road. Ain't gonna be a pretty game for them. And Southern at home. Southern got a good squad compared to Alcorn. And so again, I only can see 6 wins for Alcorn if they get better quarterback play. But even then, I got them at 6 wins. You know what I'm saying? And look, that last 3 game stretch, man, is a killer. You got Southern, Grambling, and Jackson State back to back to back. 3 heated rivals in a sense. And you finished up with Jackson State on the road. That's gonna be a tough road to hoe. You know what I'm saying? So could I easily flip that to them beating Valley and losing to Grambling? Hell yeah, it could happen. That's what I'm telling you, man. It's not gonna be a sweet slate. A sweet slate. I can't even talk. But yeah, I got Alcorn at 3 and 9. I can't wait to see G response to this. But yeah, that's where we at with it, right? Next up, man, I got the G-Men. I told y'all, man, I got Gremlin at 6 and 6, right? And you see him, man. First win, they got Langston. Got a dub right there, man. Got Ohio State, man. Look, we ain't got to talk about that. And then you got Kentucky State. They get a dub there. That's at home. East Texas A&M. Now, look, they gonna catch an L. Look, they should have lost that game last year. They only won that game because they got all them fluke interceptions. You know what I'm saying? They would have in that game as well. But again, that was on the road. Still, they got it. That's gonna be an L though at the crib. Prairie View in the State Fair Classic. Prairie View's had Grambling number the past few years, and this is gonna be a recruiting game for Tremaine Jackson. So I got Prairie View getting a dub here. I think they split the Texas series, losing to Texas Southern. Come back, man, on the road, beat Pine Bluff, and then you got Jack State in Vegas. Them boys down List Street got retribution on their mind. They gonna have it out for Grambling. And again, Grambling, if you guys know, Grambling only has their mojo against Jackson in the hole. Neutral site, and that's gonna be a Jack State home game too. Jack State get the dub on that one. Then again, got them with the dub over Alabama, and them was gonna be a big win in the hole. Followed up with another big win against Bethune Cookman. I got them catching the L to Alcorn at Alcorn, and I got them losing to Southern. In the Bayou Classic, right? All right, now we mosey along from Grambling, go over to Texas Southern. Now, I got them as a tie. I only got Texas Southern coming in at the 3 spot just by win of the tiebreaker over Grambling, right? So as you can see, they're both 6 and 6, 4 and 4 in conference. So again, now look what I got there. First win of the season. Tremaine Jackson gonna start the season with an L. I got Texas Southern upsetting Prairie View, Labor Day Classic. Now, anything can happen in that first game of the season. See, one thing about over here, we don't play it safe. We don't just do chalk either. It's gonna be upsets. Y'all gotta call them. You know what I'm saying? Your boy over here called and let y'all know that Valley was gonna be FAMU last year. I called it. What was the other game I called? Oh, I was wrong. I said Alabama A&M was gonna get FAMU. I was wrong on that one, but I called Valley get FAMU at the crib and brag. So upset's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But in the first game of the season, in college ball, it's easy to happen. But again, Prairie View still gonna have a damn good season. And Texas Southern, for all accounts, is gonna do one win better than what they did last year. Then they go to California, Cal Berkeley, they're gonna lose their game. We ain't gotta talk about that. Lamar, I got Texas Southern with a dub. That's a damn good out of conference win for the SWAC and for Texas Southern. Show them trending. Oh, y'all see that next game, huh? Y'all see it. Y'all see it. Valley gonna clip Texas Southern too. We won't play it safe over here, man. Won't play it safe over here. But yeah, Valley gonna get them. Valley gonna get Texas Southern. Then Texas Southern gonna come up here. They gonna get Pine Bluff at the crib. Back and look here, I got Texas Southern on 4-game winning streak now. Pine Bluff at the crib, dub. In the hole at Grambling. That's an upset. And Grambling don't lose in the hole like that. I got to take Southern to beat Grambling in the hole. Virginia Lynchburg, we ain't got to talk about that. Alcorn at home. That's a dub. Now you got Alabama State on the road. You followed it up with Southern on the road. That's tough. Then you got Alabama A&M at home. Last game of the season. I got A&M taking that one out. So I got to take Southern finishing third in the SWAC, 4-4. Tie with Grambling, but finished third with a tiebreak over Grambling, right? So coming in number 2 in the West. Got the Purple Panthers, man. Purple Panthers. Prairie View, you see it, 8-4, 6-2 in conference. That's a damn good season for a first-year head coach. Now look, we talk about Tremaine Jackson. Terrence Graves just did the same thing at Southern last year. So, by all accounts, it's a damn good first year for Prairie View at that. So look, got Tech Southern. First game of the season. I just told you. They'll catch an L for that game. All right. University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley, I'm sorry. They gonna get a dub on that game. It'll be their second game in history, if you guys are familiar. They just started their football program, brand new stadium, brand new program. Prairie View get that game. Man, Prairie View, if they lose that game, whew. But they'll win that game, right? Now you followed it up. Now you got Rice. They don't catch an L that game. Rooting for them to get that dub, it ain't gonna happen. So they sitting at 1-2. Now Prairie View got Northwestern State. They gonna clip them. All right, so now they're sitting at 2-2. Got Grambling State Fair Classic. Voila. Now, I'm sorry, you got Prairie View in the State Fair Classic. Excuse me. And you see the game there. Now, Alcorn. I got them with the dub. Mosey on the Southern. At Southern. That's going to be an L. All right? They got Lincoln. That's a dub. Alabama State. That's going to be a dub. Alabama A&M. That's going to be a dub. I mean, Prairie View, Arkansas Pine Bluff, and they got Valley. I'm going to tell you, Prairie View's, I'm going to say this. Prairie View's schedule is set up better than anybody else in the division, if you really look at it, because they got the easiest pathway to get there. When you look at what the teams if you take a look at all the teams and how they finished last season, look at what they got on their schedule. Conference-wise, Texas Southern won 5 games. Alabama State won what? 5? They won 6 games. 7. Alabama State won 7 games. Texas Southern won 5. Alabama A&M won 5 games. Grambling won 5. Grambling won 6 or 5. But they only faced 2 teams in conference that was above 500. Only 2. You got Valley, Arkansas Pine Bluff. You got Alcorn that won 5 games last year. Grambling was right there, wrestling around 500. And then you got Alabama State and then Southern. So literally the toughest game conference-wise they have on their schedule, if we're going solely just by record and how they're perceived at the end of the season going into this season, is Southern. That's it. Alabama State, we can sit there and talk about what they were last year. Alabama State lost a lot. Lost a defensive coordinator, lost a good number of players on defense. You return Andrew Body, but he's a year back from missing that year off that season in surgery. Then the year before that, he was hurt. So again, even if he's healthy, if Andrew Body's going to run the way he was running, he's susceptible to get hurt again. You know what I'm saying? Then they lose the backup. So, Alabama State, I really wouldn't foresee Alabama State just being, that strong of a team with all that many question marks, right? But again, you look at Prairie View, when it comes to the schedule setup, they're lined to make it to the SWAC Championship game. But again, I got them tied with Southern Conference record. I only got Southern going because of head-to-head matchup beating Prairie View. All right? But Prairie View's schedule is set up way better to get to the SWAC Championship game than Southern. Right? Way better. I actually get into that now. Right? You look at Southern's schedule. Southern has FAMU. Southern has Jackson State. Southern has Prairie View. You know what I'm saying? So, look, I got Southern the same record, 8-4, 6-2 in conference. Southern gonna lose to North Carolina Central. You can mark that down. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna beat Valley at home, on the road. Then you got Alabama State. They're gonna lose to Fresno State. Then they got Daddy, you know what I'm saying, at home on the bluff. We've only won the last two times we were down there, right? I think 5 straight dubs against Southern on the road to Bethune Cookman. That's gonna be a tough game for Southern, but they gonna get that dub. Then you look at Prairie View, dub. Southern going on a 4-game winning streak. FAMU, I got Southern beat FAMU this year. I think Southern's gonna have a nice squad. Southern is going to beat Prairie View. Beat Prairie View and beat FAMU at home on the bluff. Going the road to Pine Bluff, that won't be nothing. But I got Southern getting the L to Alcorn. Yeah. And that's not a shocker because guess what? Alcorn has great success against Southern in Baton Rouge, but even more so at home. Alcorn is a tough out for Southern. And it's been that way historically. So it wouldn't come as a surprise to see Alcorn get that dub. Southern has a better team, but I think Alcorn can get that dub. Now you fast forward, Texas Southern. Dub right there. Finish up the season against Grambling. So I got Southern picked to win coming out of the West. 8-4, 6-2 with a tiebreaker with Prairie View. Win the division off the head-to-head tiebreaker and make it to Jackson to play the defending national champion, Jackson State Tigers, right? And so we're gonna move over from the West on over to the East. And we're gonna start up Bethune Cookman. Man, y'all see it. Y'all see it. Got Bethune Cookman, man. Finishing up with a 3-9 record, 2-6 in conference. As you guys can see, man, look. It's a tough slate, man. Tough schedule. Got Florida International on the road. That's an L. Followed up with a game against Miami Hurricanes. That's an L. Then go on the road to play South Carolina State. That's going to be an L. Then when you finally get home, you get Edward Waters. That's a win. Then you got Alabama A&M at home. Fighting Bulldogs gonna get that dub. Then you got Alabama State on the road. I got that as an L, but that's gonna be a tough game. Could they get that game? Possibly. And it wouldn't be far-fetched for them to get that win, right? Then you got Southern. Y'all gonna lose in the Southern on their schedule. Yes. If I did, I made a mistake. But I said they can get 4 wins though, Blue. I did. I had 3 and 9 as a typo. But I said they can win 4. They just won't get 6 wins. So they will be 4-8 then. Disregard that, Blue. They 4-8. That's my bad. That's my bad. But yeah, man, Bethune Cookman, they gonna I got Bethune Cookman. Y'all see it. I see them. I got them clipping Southern. See, we don't play it safe over here, man. We don't run chalk. Cause some upsets gonna happen. They got Southern at home. I got Bethune Cookman with a 2-game win streak right here. They're gonna be Southern, be Pine Bluff. But yeah, they're gonna turn around and lose to Valley. Yeah. Because Valley went to Florida last year and got FAMU. They don't go to Florida this year and get Bethune Cookman. Y'all heard me? I ain't stutter. Valley gonna do a 2-year back-to-back in Florida. And Florida. Got Grambling in the hole. They gonna lose, man. It's hard to win in that hole, dog. Then, look, they got Daddy in Jacktown. Y'all see the J. Nah, man, Bethune Cookman ain't gonna get that one, dog. And then Mad City Classic. On the Florida Classic. I'm all over the place. Florida Classic. Nah. That is the funniest thing in the world to do. Man, y'all actually go to the game and be doing it. Anyway, FAMU gonna win that game, man. FAMU got that one. Them Snakes gonna get Bethune Cookman, man. It's gonna be ugly for them. I don't know what they're gonna do after the season, man. Is Woody gonna be able to keep it together after this game? That's gonna be a tough one. But I always say, man, it's easy to fire a coach. It's hard to hire the right one. So I know we're losing. Oh, fire him. Fire somebody is easy. Firing the right guy to replace him. Whew, got to find that one. All right, next up, we got the Mean Green Delta Devils out of Itta, Mississippi. Mississippi Valley State University. Oh, yeah, man. Y'all see it. I got Valley winning 4 games this year. I do. 4 games. 4 games, bro. And we bragging like it's still a losing record. So I don't know why it's like we bragging on a team with a losing record, but it's Valley. Y'all like Valley just gonna win 1 game every year. Valley made a good hire and getting Terrell Buckley. Terrell Buckley turn around and make a damn good hire getting his OC and his DC. But I'm telling y'all ain't been keeping up with it. I'm telling you, Valley got some pieces. Valley is getting some pieces up there in that Delta, man. And I'm really intrigued to see what they do, how they do this year. And again, the fact I'm talking about a team winning 4 games and we acting like it's a 9-win season says a lot, right? The mere fact that Valley won't finish in the last place spot in conference says a lot. Anytime you got Valley over Bethune Cookman, we talking about a team in Itta, Mississippi, being over a team from Daytona Beach, Florida. That's saying something, right? So yeah, man. I got Valley losing to Southern. Then they got taught to stay on the road. That's gonna be an ugly loss, right? Southeastern, that ain't gonna be close. But they gonna get a dub against Texas Southern. At home. At home. Now, that game against FAMU is gonna be closer than the experts think. But let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna let y'all in a little secret. FAMU gonna really get up for 2 games next year. Trust me when I tell you. They gonna get up for Jack State when they come to brag. Man, they gonna play Valley like it's the Super Bowl when they go to Itta. Trust me when I tell you. Trust me when I tell you. FAMU is going to Itta, Mississippi like it's the Super Bowl. They gonna have Valley on their mind when they step on their field. So ain't no way Valley gonna win that game. Ain't no way. But Alabama A&M, Sam Shea gonna have them boys ready. And I'm gonna get in that FAMU game because that FAMU and Alabama A&M game gonna be a knockout, drag-out fight. But nonetheless, man, Alabama A&M is gonna get that dub against Valley. But Lincoln, California, Valley gonna get that. Magnolia Bowl, I told y'all, Valley gonna get that. Bethune Cookman down in Florida, Valley gonna get that. Well, last time y'all seen Valley with a 3-game winning streak. And what's crazy is, at that point in the season, after they played Bethune Cookman, Valley would be 4-5. Valley would be 4-5 after the Bethune Cookman game. Getting ready to play Jackson State at home with a chance to go 500. But I say all that to say nothing because, man, y'all know Jackson State gonna put foots to them. Y'all know this. Man, do y'all understand if Jackson State Valley has played 84, 85 times and Valley has only won 6 games? Nonetheless, Jackson State gonna get that dude. Alabama State, I got Valley losing that game, but this is a game that can go either way. This is a game that can go either way. If Valley holds true to what I think they do, this is gonna be the game that's gonna make or break them getting 5 wins. And if Valley get 5 wins, I don't care what happens, Terrell Buckley needs to be the coach of the year. I don't care what happens. If Valley get 5 wins, Terrell Buckley needs to be coach of the year. Point blank, period. Then they finish up the season on the road. It's Prairie View, and that's gonna be a rough one. That might get ugly. It's gonna be a rough one for them. But nonetheless, man, I got Valley sitting at 5th place. We come up here to 4th place, man. I got Alabama State Hornets, man. And again, Eddie Robinson. And man, look, Eddie Robinson, man, he take whatever he can get, and he's a coach that could turn lemons to lemonade. That's what I say about him. Turn lemons to lemonade. And he's been doing it his whole entire tenure at Alabama State, right? Because you've yet to have any type of great offense. Mainstay with damn good defense, but he turned lemons to lemonade and go do the same thing this year. Look at Alabama State schedule, man. Look, got him 6-6, finishing 4th in the got finished fourth in conference in the Eastern Division. I'm sorry, went blank for a second. 4-4 in conference play. All right, got them losing to UAB. Got them losing to Southern on the road. Look, man, they got a depleted Miles team. They gonna get that one. They play FAMU and Brad. They gonna lose that game. They got Bethune Cookman at the crib. They gonna get that dub. Man, they got Jack State on Jack State homecoming. Man, we're gonna beat beat them to the white meat, man. Listen, Alabama A&M, Match of the Classic. I got Sam Shade all the way in that game. Yes, sir. Then got Prairie View on the road. That Prairie View game is going to be a huge, tough game for them. I'll tell you why. You got Jack State, Alabama A&M, and Prairie View back to back to back. That Jack State game is going to be a tough game for Alabama State because it's hard to get up the way they got to get up back to back weeks. Look, man, Alabama A&M was their hated rival in Birmingham, but you got Jack State the week before on the road, Match of the Classic, but then you got to go all the way to Texas, play a damn good Prairie View team. They'll have to get up for that game. That's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough. Got Prairie View getting that dub in that game. Then they got Texas Southern. I got Alabama State win the rest of the game. Texas Southern, Valley, Pine Bluff, Tuskegee. You see the model here? So basically, I think Alabama State is going to finish at 500 just by circumstance of the schedule. Every really good team they play, they're going to lose to. Everybody else, they're going to beat. Because everybody else really ain't worth nothing to complain about. I feel like any good, decent team that they play, they're going to lose to this year. All the bad teams, they'll win. Turn limits to lemonade. All right, man. Moving up to number 3. Number 3, man. Alabama A&M. Oh, I got them 6-6 too, y'all. Oh, 7-5. I'm tripping. It's over to side. My bad. I got Alabama A&M at 7-5 in conference. I'm sorry, 7-5 overall record, and you guys can see. I got them 5-4 in conference play. Not 5-3. I'm tripping. I can't count. 5-3 in conference play, and I think it's gonna be a damn good year for Sam Shade. I really, really do. Again, Arkansas, we already know what it is. Got Alcorn at home. They're going to win that game. Got Tennessee State at home. They're going to win that game, man. Tennessee State is depleted. I feel like Reggie Barlow's come in and done some good things, but that's going to be let me minimize this, my bad. That's going to be a hard thing to get done for Reggie Barlow in year one. So, and again, that's going to be I think the home opener for Tennessee State too, if I'm not mistaken, but I got Alabama A&M winning that game. Then they got Lane College at home. They're going to win that. Bethune Cookman at Daytona, they're going to get that. Then you got Jack State and Mobile, and they ain't won the Mobile yet against Jack State. They ain't finna start now. So you got Valley at home. They're going to get that dub. Alabama State, the Match of the Classic, I just told you they're going to get that dub. But then they got Grambling in the hole. That's going to be, and that's a house of horrors for Alabama A&M too. But then you got Grambling on the road, Prairie View at home, and then FAMU at home. That's a really, really tough 3-game stretch. And again, I got them losing to Grambling, I got them losing to Prairie View, and I got them losing to FAMU. It's a tough 3-game stretch. But I tell you what, though, they pull any of those games out in that 3-game stretch, it's going to totally change the landscape of the conference. It really, really is. Those 3 games in those 3 weeks, it's going to totally change the landscape of the East and the West, believe it or not. And then they finish up the season with Texas Southern. They'll get the dub there. All right. And so then move on. I'm tripping. Number 2. Got the FAMU Rattlers coming number 2 in the East. All right. Look, got FAMU beating Howard, man, in the Orange Blossom Classic. Then they got Florida Atlantic. You know they're going to get an L on that, man. They got Albany State at home. They're going to win that. Got Alabama State at home. They're going to win that. They got Valley on the road. Like I said, this is going to be their Super Bowl. They're going to get that dub. But then they got Central and Bragg. And Central going to give it to them. Right? Got Alcorn at home. They're going to win that. Then they got Southern on the road. I think Southern going to get FAMU this year. I think the thing that's going to help them out is Jack State is right behind Southern. And again, it's hard to get up 2 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? Like that way. That emotional. That Southern game, FAMU and Jack State is a newly brewed rivalry, but it don't compare to FAMU and Southern. And they're going to really, really get up for that game. It's hard to get back up emotional that way for 2 weeks in a row. You got Southern on the road. You got Jack State at home. They're going to lose to both of them. Got UAPB on the road. You'll get that one. Alabama A&M on the road. You'll get that one. Bethune Cookman. Come on. And we need Bethune Cookman to turn the tide, man, so it can really get super competitive over in the East. But I got FAMU, like I said, 8-4, 6-2 in the division. And again, that's a good record. Cozy was 7-5 last year. Turn around, go 8-4. He still did one game better than what he did previously. So ain't too much to hate on. Going to your third year for this 8-4. I mean, that's good, right? Then we say the best for last, man. JSU Tigers, man. Now, I already know, man, y'all see the hat. I already know that people going to look at this and be like, you're a JSU homer, yada, yada. Not a homer. But we're going to look at it logistically, logically. No more recruiting class out of all the HBCUs. Defending national champion. Nobody's out recruiting Jack State right now. And it hasn't been that way since 2020. Since the spring COVID season, no one has out-recruited Jack State. Nobody. Defending national champion, and they retooled their roster. And Jack State roster is crazy right now. It's crazy. Just picked up the commitment from Savage, the wide receiver from PV. And I want y'all to just go back into the previews that everybody had prior to last season. Prior to last season, I want y'all to go and look to what people were saying about Savage before last season. He was on people's radar, and people were talking about him before last season. But Prairie View had inconsistent quarterback play, and that's why you didn't see the production that you saw. But before last season, he was a name to be reckoned with within this conference. Quality as it's kept, not only has Jack State out-recruited everybody, but at the end of last season, I want you to go look at the top 3 receivers toward the end of last season. All 3 of them will have a Jack State uniform on in September. Like, I'm telling you guys, it's not even close. It's not even close. It's not even close. We lose, you lose Irv Mulligan, but then you retain everybody else in the run in that backfield. We have the deepest backfield in all of with all of the conference, and then you have some red shirt friends because Nate Blunt is going to be a force to be reckoned with in this conference. And again, named a lot of guys prior to last season. I mentioned drawing a blank. I mentioned Josh Noble before last season. I said he would be in the running for SWAC Defensive Player of the Year, and he was. I mentioned SWAC TO. Hell, I gave the nickname, right? Told you guys, even when everybody was going to the last season, talking about Fabian McCray and talking about Rico Powell, I was like, no, SWAC TO. I gave him the nickname. And I'm like, Fortillion is the dog. I'm telling you guys now, no wide receiver room is better than this conference. Running back room is better than the conference. Keep an eye out for Parker Stouffer. Telling you guys now. Keep an eye out for Parker Stouffer. Nice player. He's going to get on the field at some point this year. Nice player. On defense, Jeremiah Williams will be the defensive player of the year. Linebacker core is nice. Kamari Rogers will be the best cornerback in this conference. I'm trying to tell you guys, Jack State roster is just insane. It's insane. And then now you got continuity with this coaching staff. I told you guys getting Javance Jones was huge. The linebacker play for this upcoming team is going to be phenomenal. Got some players that's going to rush the quarterback that's going to be in the run for SWAC Defensive Player of the Year too. But Jeremiah Williams is going to get it. He's going to be preseason Defensive Player of the Year. Unless my guy from Southern comes back. They'll be in the running. But Jeremiah could just as easily get it. But to do what he's doing from the defensive tackle spot, man, I'm telling you guys, Jackson State is loaded. And again, it's not just the talent, man. It's synergy from the players, the roster, and the coaching staff within the fan base as well. The synergy is there. And look, it was me and me alone. I came here, I was on screen, told you guys that when we hired TC Taylor, I told JSU Nation that Jackson State University football under TC Taylor will have a W.C. Gordon feel to it. And now you truly are going to get to see exactly what I was talking about. We're talking about year in, year out, in the running for a SWAC championship. Literally, we're talking about either 8, 9, or 10 win season, period. And this year, with this roster, Jackson State will have double-digit wins for the second year in a row. And honestly, with this season, when Jackson State actually wins the SWAC with a 10-1, with an 11-1 record, at this point, there will be no need to ever really talk about Deion Sanders at Jackson State again, because everything Deion Sanders did on the football field will pale in comparison to what TC Taylor did. Everything. TC Taylor's already won the Celebration Bowl and got HBCU National Championship. If he does that in his third season, he will have won 2 championships out of 3 years. He will have surpassed the previous head coach, and nobody in the world thought that he could do it. Nobody outside of Jackson. And he would have done it in short order. Short order. Go to getting the job and the cupboard is bare, depleted, to then turn around and win a conference championship, possibly HBCU national championship, the next 2 out of 3 years, and the previous head coach couldn't do that. To say we hit the ball at the park is an understatement. So this team is loaded, and I'm not saying that as a JSU insider, fan, or alum, any of that. Straight up, logically, best quarterback room in the conference belongs to Jackson State. Best running back room belongs to Jackson State. O-line last year was Jackson State. I would venture to say it's probably Jackson State, but I could put another team or two kind of up there with them. But wide receiver room, quarterback room, running back room, D-line, and linebackers? Nah, pimp. Nah, pimp. Nah. And just to kind of give you an idea, if anybody's in Jackson, man, and you actually see the mega camp that's coming to Jackson State in June, it's going to actually even give further evidence as to what I'm talking about what this football program is going to look like under TC Taylor. I'm telling you, unless TC Taylor or Otis really leaves Jackson State, it's going to be rinse, wash, repeat. Literally. And this is not me talking to the fan. It's just logistically. I mean, I don't care who you're a fan of, what school you claim. Right now, until you get something where you see something slacking from JSU, I don't see how anybody can sit there. I actually saw some place where somebody actually picked this upcoming season for Alabama State to win the East in Jackson State. I'm like, please explain to me what logic you're using for that. Because, you know, if you're going to use last season and say, oh, well, they probably could have won, that game should have been close. Should have been close. And let's go back from the end of the season to now. Look at what Jackson State's done, and then look what Alabama State has done. You know, I can give FAMU all the credit in the world because Coles is recruiting. FAMU is recruiting. They're getting talent in there, right? Thing with FAMU is, again, for another season, breaking in a brand new quarterback, right? You got to have continuity there, and it's like free agency. Got more players coming in, but you look at Alabama State. You can sit there and talk about body. I think body is a good start for them, but man, style of play don't work in their favor. A running quarterback is, and all you can do is just really run the ball. That's not going to get you no great segue for success in this conference, and not against this Jack State defense as well. I mean, so, and we talk about body being there, but again, from a receiver standpoint, then Alabama State made their hay on defense. They lost their defensive coordinator and lost quite a few pieces. And they're not recruiting on defense the way we are. So I don't see them standing pat with where they were. So again, I'm being gracious and saying they'll finish 500. I mean, could they easily not? Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised, right? But out of my respect for Eddie Robinson, because he's a damn good coach, he's done it. He's shown it. You know, I got them at 6-6. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got Jack State. You know, now that Hampton game, could they go either way? It can, but at worst, Jack State is 9-2 at worst. You know, and also it's the first game of the season, so anything can happen. But I got us winning that game because we're just too talented. So it's a senior Latin team, and the continuity's there. You return all those guys on defense, you return a lot of guys on offense. So I thoroughly see, us beating Hampton. That Southern Miss game. Look, they brought in Charles Huff. Marshall won the Sun Belt last year. Sun Belt Player of the Year actually came with him down in Hattiesburg. They got a damn good quarterback. Some of the players that we actually had committed to Jackson State, 2 of those guys actually ended up going to Southern Miss. He's retooled that roster. That team is going to be a lot better than what they were last year in short order. Southern Miss hit a home run hire with Charles Huff. He won the same conference, and it's not often you get a conference of the year and coach that won the championship to go to another team within the same conference, right? And then take the player of the year and all those first team all conference guys with him to in conference. It rarely ever happens, but that's what happened with Charles Huff at Southern Miss. So that's gonna be a tough out. And again, FBS opponents in rival game. It'll be a Jack State home game down in Hattiesburg, but it's gonna be a tough out. But man, look, Tuskegee, come on, they don't stand a chance, man. Southern, man, we got Southern number. Actually, when we beat them this year, we'll actually have take the lead in the series record back again, like what it used to be against Southern. Alabama A&M is gonna be a tough out of Mobile. That's gonna be a tough game. Alabama State for homecoming, man. Barbecue chicken. Got Grambling in Vegas. That's gonna be a beautiful game. Neutral site, and we'll give them their issue. FAMU on the road, and just look. And the same thing apply, like I told for everybody else. Grambling and FAMU back to back is gonna be tough because again, Jack State gonna get up for Graham, for that one blemish we had. But again, playing them in a neutral site will get that game. But now you talk about having to muster that up to go from Vegas back all the way back over to Tallahassee, Florida on the road in a tough environment. It's going to be a lot of Jacksonians in that game. You know what I'm saying? We'll all be there deep, but that's going to be a tough game, tough environment. We've had great success in Bragg. We have a winning record in Bragg, but still a tough environment nonetheless, but we just better. So we'll get that dub. And look, man, Valley, barbecue chicken, Bethune Cookman, barbecue chicken, Alcorn, man, we do what we do to them. Do what we do to them. You know what I'm saying? It's death. Paying taxes, death, and beating Alcorn is what we do. Alcorn and Valley, we run Mississippi, dog. It is what it is, right? But yeah, man. I mean, that's how I got it. So let me bring these projections back up so y'all can see it. There it is. I'm gonna make this full screen so y'all can see. Y'all, you got it right there. There you go. Yeah, man. There it is. Got a rematch, man. Jack State Southern in the vet, and we're gonna do what we do, man. Beat the boys twice, 2 times in a year, 2 years in a row. And yeah, we will repeat as SWAC champions. And the last time Jack State repeated as SWAC champions, do you know who the head coach was? W.C. Gordon. W.C. Gordon. And so again, like I told y'all, Jack State and Teacher Taylor's gonna have a W.C. Gordon feel to it. And it's definitely gonna stay there. Definitely gonna be there. That's what we're looking at. So look, y'all got any questions, anything, man? Go get about 5 more minutes. We'll get up out of here, man. Y'all got any questions, anything? Shut your boy something up in the chat, man, before we get up out of here, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. But yeah, man. So we've been MIA for y'all didn't catch on earlier, man. We've been MIA for a minute. Got a lot going on with work, man, personal life stuff, man. So, but we back on it. God is good, man. God is amazing. And God been good to your boy. So yeah, man, y'all quit. What year? Last year we went back to back was 89-90. 89-90 was when we went back to back. 89-90. Was we won again in 96. Yeah, 89-90. Lost the first SWAC Championship Game 99? Oh man. Yeah, we lost the first SWAC Championship Game. Yeah, we lost it in 99 and 99. Should have won that game. Through a late interception. Score prediction for JSU fam. Oh yeah, we did. We did repeat with DM. I'm tripping. We sure did. My bad, man. Forgive me. Look, I forgot all the stuff DM did. Hey, Kevin, you sure right. We went back to back with Prime. I'm tripping. If I had to give a score for the FAMU game right now, it's kind of early, man. But this Jack State offense, we're gonna average more points than what we did last year. But I say we give FAMU something like 31-17, something like that. Something like that. 31-17, something like that. Merch Pack, what up, dude? No, bro, ain't gonna be all orange and green. I'm gonna have my snakeskin boots on when I get down to Tallahassee though. And my snakeskin belt. It's gonna be a huge section in navy blue. I can promise you that one. I can promise you that one. I'm gonna be in Tallahassee with my snakeskin boots on, my snakeskin belt. Cause we skint y'all last year. So, but yeah, I was wrong. I totally forgot about Dion. We actually went back to back in 01 and 02. I mean 21, 22. I'm tripping. Okay. We beat y'all head to head 96. What that mean? Who won SWAC in 96? What that mean? Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Let's see here. Man, listen. I don't. You know what? I never get my tickets from the school. We got plenty people in Florida, dog, and Alabama coming to that game. We're getting our tickets from fam. Man, we're gonna have a good number of folks down there in Tallahassee. I'm telling you. I can't wait for it. Anyway, man, look, that's my time, y'all. Y'all catch your boy back, man. We'll probably go back live again on Thursday, man. But look, until next time, man, it's your boy. Thank y'all for tuning in for Zone Coverage Podcast, man. We'll be back on Thursday evening. It's time to get football season, y'all. College football magazines come out in a couple of weeks, and I can't wait. Anyway, man, thank y'all for tuning in. I'll catch y'all the next time, man. We out here.